Okay, it is 3 o'clock. Congratulations. If you would please turn off your phones. Silence all electronic devices. All right. Meeting is called to order at 3 o'clock. Roll call vote.
Mayor Baker,
Here.
Councilmember Watt,
Here.
Councilmember Smith,
Here.
Councilmember Webb,
Here.
Councilmember Platt,
Here.
Councilmember Shirey is absent.
Very good. Next item is approval of the minutes from the previous work session council meeting on April 4th, 2017. We'll give everybody a minute to look at that. When everybody has finished looking at that, we will move on. Give you a minute. Okay. See, okay. Okay, very good,
It'll be after the,
very good.
in the next,
If anybody has any illnesses, let me know.
council meeting is the next, when is the next?
Well, it's the first and third Tuesday of every month, so it's pretty easy to figure. So if you're gonna be out,
I don't think I'm gonna be out.
okay,
The
just
Tuesday-
let us know.
Tuesday,
Okay, no problem. You gotta do what you gotta do with medical, right?
we got a new bride too, so congratulations to Brandy.
A new bride, let me see that thing, a ring finger. For sure.
Did you get council approval for that?
I don't recall that happened.
Yeah. I don't know if that's been on the agenda.
She let me know, so.
Okay, everybody through with the minutes?
Yep.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Very good, the minutes from the previous work session are approved. The next item is my proclamation, Mayor's proclamation. I shall read it. Mayor's proclamation 2017-02. April 22nd, 2017 is declared as Clean Up Our Own Corner of the Earth Day. Whereas it is springtime in Semmes and Earth Day is nationally recognized on April 22nd, and whereas Semmes Heritage Day is nearly here, Saturday, May 6th, and whereas MGM Graduation Day is only weeks away, Friday, May 19th, and whereas thousands of people will be traveling through Semmes in the next few months, and now therefore I, David Baker, Mayor of the City of Semmes, Alabama, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2017 as Clean Up Our Corner of the Earth Day. This day will be dedicated to cleaning up roadsides and right-of-ways and yards. Let's show and share our pride in our city. In testimony whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the great seal of the City of Semmes, Alabama, this the 18th day of April 2017. Very good. Any questions? This coincides with Earth Day. This coincides with the cleanup day that we had planned for this Saturday, and should be a good event. Try to make things look a little bit better. As you all know, as I said in the reading of the proclamation, we're about to get to the busy time of the school year and spring, and we're going to have thousands of visitors driving into our area, going in and out of Mobile and going to the beaches, and we want to make sure we look nice. So appreciate everybody's help on that. Moving on, financial report, review of checks for signature. This is discussion only. Give you a few minutes for that. Who has not seen the checks?
I think just me.
Just you, you're the only one?
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
Or less than the usual.
Yes. Well, as you know, council approved my authority to sign recurring checks, such as power bill, water bill, bills of that nature that are recurring, as long as they don't suddenly jump up. You know, if it's a bill that's 200, 200, 200, if it goes to 300, we'll pull it out and deal with it as an exception. But a lot of these bills are routine, and as we talked about before, if you don't pay them on time, you have a late fee. And we don't want to do that. That just causes more money to be drained from the coffers. So I think that's a good thing. It seems to be working well. I appreciate council's help on that.
You all good to me.
All right. Any other discussion or question on checks? Mr. Webb?
None.
Okay, Mr. Platt?
I'm good.
Okay. Mr. Watts? Okay. Mr. Smith?
None.
And Mr. Shirey is absent. Okay, very good. Okay. Like I said, that was just for discussion. There are no ordinances today to be discussed. There are resolutions. There are 5, A, B, C, D, E. The first one to discuss during the work session is the authorization to expend funds to purchase a Fire King vertical fireproof file cabinet. This is, and of course you can read the document for yourself, but as I understand it, this is to allow the newly created position of property book clerk a way to safeguard her records. As you know, we're making a concerted effort to catalog, quantify by serial number, and all the other intricacies that go on with each piece of equipment obtained by the city. Get that all under control in one master database, and this file cabinet would be used to keep the records, hopefully in the terrible event we have a fire to protect them. We hope we never do, but that's what this would be for. Is there any discussion on item A?
No questions.
No questions, Mr. Webb, nothing?
None.
Mr. Platt?
No, sir.
Mr. Watts? Mr. Smith?
It's a needed expense, so.
Okay. I think so too. Next item, authorizing expenditure of funds to contract with Kangle and Associates LLC for the repair and upgrade of the City of Semmes internal network structure and ongoing information technology support services. That's quite a spiel. And basically what we have here is this. We had Kangle and Associates take a look at our IT infrastructure, both hardware and software, where we're spending our money on everything from phone lines to high-speed internet lines to everything, every bit of connectivity going in and out of all of our facilities, City Hall, Public Works, Fire, the remote stations, everything, anything and everything. And basically what you see in front of you is a contract to clean up our existing system, hopefully save us some funds, bring us into the year 2017 in terms of our computer safety links and everything else, and bring us up to date where we have a solid system. And that's basically what this contract would do. Kangle has a good reputation. They work with some of the bigger firms, and they have a lengthy track record. So give you an opportunity to look that over. If there are any questions, I'll attempt to answer them, but if you get too technical, we'll see.
Does this price include any equipment that they're gonna need to install?
It does.
It does. Yeah.
They're gonna be, let's see, if you'll go to Exhibit A behind the agreement, they'll be purchasing, an implementation plan. They'll be purchasing, 2 sonic wall, which is a firewall, and it would be, set up here internally to protect our, file server. And that's really the only equipment he sees at this time that we need.
If I may add, that this is a hardware-based VPN, virtual private network.
Right.
It's hardware-based instead of the usual software-based, and it's supposed to give us much better security from intrusion or violation, especially in connection with communications between here and the Public Works area. And
It will also help us with records, record security, record safety. A backup, you have to have a backup for your backup these days. And the idea, as you all know, if you can back up on a cloud, which is a remote server, in the terrible event that something happens to your facility, you still have your records. So, and that's basically what we're trying to do. It's a safeguard method. And in many ways, as you look at the details of this contract, it's also designed to keep us from wasting money on technology and contracts and services that we don't need. And we want to try to spend the money wisely, so that's where we are on that. Okay.
Last I heard,
Yes,
they were gonna do away with some stuff that was costing us
yes,
quite a bit, right?
yes, you're right. There was some redundancies that we didn't need, and in some cases we were paying Peter and Paul for the same service for whatever reason. But we're just trying to streamline all that. So they identified areas that needed to be adjusted, purged, whatever. Any other comments, questions?
None, thank you.
Okay, everybody good? All right, the next one is easy. This is one that everybody enjoys, the sales tax holiday. And it's a resolution to participate in the school items annual sales tax holiday. And if you look at the date is in there. And it is coincide to assist parents and other people, students, to purchase items to prepare for the school year without having to pay, in our case, city sales tax. We do this every year. Our attorney has written the resolution so that, as I understand it, we won't have to do this every year. Is that right? Okay, well, if it's approved today, it will automatically change every year to capture the new date. Okay, so that's good. But of course, this is important. Hey, this is important because, as you know, going back to school requires quite a few expenses on the part of parents and students, and this is our way of making it a little bit less expensive. Okay. Moving on. Any questions, Mr. Webb? Sorry.
None.
Mr. Platt?
No, sir.
Mr. Watts?
No.
Mr. Smith?
I'm all for this.
Okay, good. Most people are usually behind a school tax holiday. Very good. Moving on. Item D is authorizing the city of Semmes to enter into an agreement with Mobile County regarding the transfer of maintenance duties on certain roadways. You will see as you look at your paperwork, this coincides with the annexations where we obtained and acquired certain new people into the city of Semmes with their residences, and of course where there are streets involved, we have to notify the county that road maintenance, bridge maintenance reverts from their control to ours, and that's basically what we're doing here. Is acknowledging what we're required by law to do, which is take over the roads for them. Okay.
I can comment about that.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to see that.
Yes, sir.
On my street alone,
Yeah.
county maintenance begins here, county maintenance ends here, 100 feet away.
Yeah.
And
Kind of weird, you know. Spend a lot of money on signs.
Yeah, I know.
I know. But,
they do their own signage, but it still costs.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see that.
Well, good. Mr. Platt, any questions?
Who all is involved in the annexation efforts now? Because I know everybody's doing a lot of stuff.
Well, that's a good question. We finished phase one of the annexation program, and that was doing a lot of house by house, street by street. And now what we're doing is we're gathering that data. We're seeing what worked, what didn't work, how we want to change our tactics. We did find that there's somewhat of a drawback with knocking on doors during business hours because a lot of people are not there. And so we've kind of discovered that even though there's an advantage to knocking on the door, we have to adjust our time. We need to go from 5 to 8, something like that, and get them when they're home. So we've learned a lot. We did get some annexations this way, but it's a work in progress. Annexations are a work in progress, and it's not going to be easy because the way we were initially set up. It wasn't done where we included in the city everything in square miles connected together. It's just not that way. You can be across the street from somebody who's in, and you're not. And until your property touches their property, there's not much we can do about it. So, because, you know, as a Class 8 city, we cannot, there are rules on how you annex. And we can't just arbitrarily say, well, we're going to take this neighborhood. We can't do that. So, we have to make sure we follow the rules. But we're aggressively working to get the annexation teams out there. And we had pretty good success. We had them out in the months of March and April, and we'll probably put them back out there once we get deeper into summer, but probably later in the day. Yeah, get people more at home.
We have had a little late news on that. We are going to great lengths, caught up with a man who lives in Idaho, who owns
Good.
an essential piece of property, and he is signing it in, and I'll try
Excellent.
to have it for the next meeting.
Well, thank you.
When that comes in, I think a dozen properties are waiting to go.
That's wonderful.
For that one, so.
And Mr. Smith brings out a good point. A lot of times you'll approach a business and the person in the facility is a tenant. And he has, Joe's Sandwiches. Well, Joe's Sandwiches doesn't own the building. A guy that lives in New Hampshire owns it. And it's a challenge to get the paperwork to them, number one, get it in their hands, number two, and get them to sign it, number three, because their attitude often is, well, what's in it for me? And so we're making progress. Mr. Smith worked hard on that one. I do appreciate it. But we're turning the corner on a lot of this. Okay. Any questions on D? Last one, 7E, I'm gonna let Mr. Smith discuss this. This is a resolution regarding financial transactions and city funds. Mr. Smith, feel like talking now?
Certainly. This is to clarify some things in terms of our personnel, elected officials and employees of the city also, and using credit cards or any other financial instruments of the city, that sometimes these rewards things come through and they say, for spending a lot of money on your credit card, we're going to give you personally some of that money back. Well, this is to clarify that no matter what happens here, the money actually belongs to the taxpayers, that is, in this case, the city of Semmes. So any of the rewards are cash back, well, there's no cash back, that's specifically prohibited by this, but anyway, any of the lanyards, gifts, awards, whatever comes in, actually still belongs to the citizens, and it goes back to the city treasury. So that's just to clarify that matter, so everybody will be attentive to the fact that this is taxpayer money, and it still belongs to the taxpayers.
Yeah, that's true. It's a clarification, and as you know, with our new property book clerk system, if, for example, we get a laptop because we've spent X number of dollars on our Visa, when the laptop comes in, it gets handed to the property book clerk. She'll add it to the database by serial number. She'll annotate the warranty, when it starts, when it expires, and everything will be done by the book. So this is just clarification, but it's one that needs to be made because any benefit from purchases, any benefit reverts to the citizens, reverts back to the general fund and not to an individual, which is common sense, but it's always good sometimes to reiterate the obvious. Okay. Anything else on that, Mr. Smith?
I think that's it, unless someone has a question about it.
Mr. Webb, anything? Questions?
No.
Mr. Platt? No. Mr. Watt? Okay, anybody? All right. Arthur, I know you got here a little late. I'll give you a copy of the, do you have a copy of the agenda?
I got a copy of the agenda, yeah.
When did you walk in? Did C?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, when y'all wrapping up item C.
Yeah, but yeah, just to recap, item A was a discussion on authorization to purchase a file-proof cabinet, and that was for the benefit of our new property book clerk. She's capturing all our material and putting it in a database and collecting records for warranty and information like that. And the file cabinet is for her storage usage for those records in the event there was a fire. And item B is we've been in the process of retooling and taking a look at our connectivity with all of our computers and all of our facilities, City Hall, Public Works, Fire, all the outlying stations. And what we're trying to do is eliminate what's wasteful, eliminate what's been duplicated in the past, and basically streamline everything and bring it up to date. Make sure we have a secure sky backup for all our records, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what that was about. And then you were here for the tax holiday. Okay, that brings you back up to date. I just didn't want you to miss anything. I appreciate you being here today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I really do. All right, we finished item 7E. Committee reports. First up will be Mr. Smith, Finance Report.
In the process of looking for some ways of making a better interest on some of our savings, like in our budget stabilization fund, we've turned up some interesting information that will be, when we assimilate it and package it up, we'll present that hopefully by the next meeting. Actually, it involves the security of our financial transactions, both checks and credit cards, and hopefully, while we're updating our systems, we can incorporate some of these ideas and improve our security of the city's finances. So that's the update for the moment.
Okay, good. Any questions about that committee report? Anyone? Moving on to Mr. Webb, roadways and right-of-way.
Okay, we have an excellent crew over there that takes care of all of that business, and I mentioned this, the repaving of Eastwood Drive is supposed to take place rather shortly, and new paving we hope to get done on Red Creek Drive North, and repaving of Paula and Don, and I just want to thank the Public Works Department. It's run very efficiently, and as far as I know, everybody gets along over there just fine. They get the job done, and I just thank God for the work we get done over there by these people. In spite of.
Yes, sir.
Just
And
keep up the good work there.
And I agree with that. And last week, you were on vacation in Bimini, I think, and but your department was great. I asked them to do a couple of things, and they jumped right on it. I really appreciate it. And please tell them thank you. And you know, the sign of a good leader is how his people do when he's not there, and your people just drove right on. So I appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, and then next we're going to Mr. Platt, Public Safety.
I will let the chief give us an update on the occupancy of the station, but I understand that's moving along very well, and also Public Works has been definitely involved in a lot of that. There's been a lot of detail, but we are making tremendous progress, and I guess the biggest thing I want to say is that the work that our city employees are turning out is just unbelievably excellent, and their response, their timely response is, I just really can't say enough about them. They're just really doing this, and we need to try to come up with some, I think, some recognition for these people. In particular, Letitia, she is above and beyond on what she is giving to the Public Safety Committee. It's just professional quality work.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Good news. Anything else, sir?
I'm good.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Mr. Shirey is absent. Mr. Watts, did you have anything?
Well, and,
Denise is gonna say something.
Easter event I know went well, and,
Yeah.
the calendar's been set for the year, and, again, appreciate the efforts that I can't say enough good, with her in relationship to, the events that we have, that the city is involved with. So thank you, and thank you for the participation too.
Very good.
Yes.
Leading into that too, let's see, I believe we finished with all the committees. We're down to council, legal counsel and staff comments. Denise, could you share with us a little bit about a few of the events that just occurred and the focus on April?
Okay. A week ago, Saturday, we had our Easter event and had lots of children hunting lots of eggs. We had great community sponsorship from some of the businesses in town that donated things from just little happies to be Golden Egg prizes, to up to $250 to help sponsor the bounce houses. So the Easter event came in well under budget. So that should make y'all happy.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be asking y'all for more money soon. But I think a good time was had by everyone. We had, once again, Public Works out there doing cotton candy and snow cones. The morning started out a little chilly. We didn't know how the snow cones would go over, but you know, kids will eat ice. It doesn't matter how cold it is. So by the time we finished up, the snow cones were going over very well. As the mayor mentioned earlier with his proclamation, this coming Saturday is our cleanup day in combination with Earth Day. We still need some more teams. I still keep waiting for the council to tell me they put a team together so I can order the t-shirts.
We'll have a team.
Okay.
We'll have a team.
We're gonna meet in the Winn-Dixie parking lot at 8 o'clock and disperse people to various areas so that we will be all nice and bright and shiny and pretty by the time people start coming to see us. And to round out the end of this month, April 29th is Child Abuse Awareness Day. We are partnering with Dakota Strong, and I keep playing phone tag with the Child Advocacy Center, but my hope is that they will be there to participate as well. We have lots of positive reinforcement type things to get out to parents and children. This lovely card you can refer to that's called either 101 or 110 ways to praise a child. And it's English on one side and Spanish on the other. I'm really excited about those cards. So many times, you know, even if a child isn't being abused today, parents are overworked and stressed, and their kids don't get oftentimes the recognition they need. So we're hoping we've got a few things that will help parents to parent a little bit better. So anyway, that's what's going on. The 29th at Honor Park, starting at 9 o'clock, and I encourage everybody to come out and just help us celebrate children.
Very good. Very good. Any questions? All right. And thank you, as was mentioned earlier, I appreciate all your help on the Easter egg event. And as she mentioned, we came under budget by about $2,000, based in large part on the fact that you were able to get corporate sponsors to help us out.
We have great businesses in the city of Semmes, and
That's how you save money, yeah.
And I think, you know, we just need to continue to build this community as home.
Yep.
Thanks.
I appreciate that. Good work. Good work, thank you. Legal counsel, any questions or comments? All right, any staff comments? All right. Any other business that might come before this work session meeting?
Move be adjourned.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We will reconvene at 4 for the regular session. So, take your coffee break.